Hello, all you Wookiee warriors. How's it going? So, in this video, I'll be doing a review of Immortals Aveum. I initially wasn't gonna do one, because I got the review at the end of the end of the stream. We're good, but I got a few requests for one, so I might as well go and do one. So let's kind of start things off and talk about the game and what is the game. So Immortals of Aveum is, to me, a very unique game. It's not a story that is new. Well, I mean, it's not like a story that's new. I mean, the elements more so. I draw a lot of parallels from other video games that I've played, like Fable. I can't remember. Few others, but Fable was the one that popped in my head a lot. Where you are the hero starts out pretty much in this post-apocalyptic world. Things have just deteriorated, and we have two warring factions. We hear about them in the beginning sequence, and things are just getting worse every day, and we kind of debate about the state of the world a little bit, as we're kind of trying to make it on our own in this kind of, I would say, rundown town. The slums, that's what I was thinking about. We kind of live in the slums, although the whole town is like a big slum. And our hero starts relatively he doesn't really want to do anything other than just kind of live day to day. He can use you can use magic limitedly. It kind of starts off kind of building the story up a little bit, more so with your character than anything else. And then as the story progresses, you start learning a little bit more about the character and the world, kind of what's going on. And what really drew me to the story more is that the story starts off kind of like I said, I'm going to draw some parallels from Fable. It's like in Fable 2, you start off as like a little nobody. Like you start out, I'm quoting Fable 2. You're poor, you live in the poor district, you try to make it day to day, and that's kind of where we start, and you become this great big hero. And throughout the story, there's a lot of good comedy tropes in there, good one-liners. There's never, I feel like, there's never a throwaway character. Each character stands out on his own. I'm not going to say names on the review because I don't want to spoil any of the story or any of the game. But so I'll just kind of tell you kind of what they represent. Like we have the one character, we are introduced to another character who is kind of a chatty Cathy, but he also is he can be very rude, because he's very opinionated. He has a lot to say, not always the best time to say it, but it's also he's a really cool character. It's going to be one of the more mainstream characters. Some of the other characters, I should say, is that you don't really get interaction with them. Like, it would have been nice to have like some side missions from them. It's like, hey, can you do this for me? Develop a little connection with them, other than they're just kind of off in the background. Then we have the big head honcho who kind of takes you under her wing, which is the Arch Magnus. That's all I'm going to call her. You'll get to know in the game if you guys play it for yourselves. But the story is just one that really does draw me in. It's those type of stories that really draw me in, like the hero that starts from nothing who ends up saving the world. So that's the story. What can I say about the game itself? Well, gameplay-wise, it's really fun and really engaging. Even though I mainly stuck with one type of magic, there is variations you can try. There's the red magic, which is pretty much a shotgun, even loads like a shotgun. Then you have the blue magic, which is more like your sniper rifle, even though you can unlock something that kind of helps it be like a machine gun a little bit, or a semi-auto. And then you have the green magic, which can be a full machine gun. There's also other aspects of magic you can use, like you can use the green magic to manipulate certain objects, but you have to actually angle your character to it to actually and get the prop. You can't just like push a button and manipulate it. There are some good puzzles in the game, but you have to wait till you unlock certain abilities to actually get access to them. So, I mean, as far as combat goes, you can pretty much go through the entire game for the most part just using one focus of magic, which is pretty much what I did because I had more fun just going in there with the shotgun magic, which is the red. But there are going to be times in the game where you're going to have to switch it up every once in a while, especially with a boss fight in particular, but I'm not going to tell you what boss fight it is. You guys will see when you guys get there. There are some enemies where you do have to change up your color scheme. So you have green, red, blue enemies that you have to use the corresponding spell for. Which to me gets irritating. It's not that I have to change it, it's the fact that they're so quick. And I like using the shotgun because it's a nice wide spread. Play a bit like how the game run. It ran very well to me. I didn't have any crashes. I didn't feel like it lagged. There were a few times where I thought I broke the game because I think there was one time I actually had to reload because I got stuck. But that was more so my fault than it was the game. Because I was trying to be sneaky, and the game was like, no. And I ended up getting stuck behind a rock or something. But I ended up getting unstuck, or I just had to reload it. Graphically, it is absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful to behold. I mean, and I will say this: it is a very linear game. You're not going to be exploring a big, massive map like you're going to be in like Skyrim or like Dark Souls or anything like that. It's very linear, but although each area that you go to is actually fairly decent sized, it's not like it's like a little tiny box. It's decently sized. You can do a decent amount of exploring. But like I have had no drop rates, no frame issues, no freezing, no lag, the game didn't stop playing, didn't crash. That was what I was looking for. Got some dog ear in my house or something. So moving on, what else can I say about the game? World-wise, it kind of goes from like kind of dark, I wouldn't say depressing, but kind of a darker theme. It kind of goes bright, and then it goes like you'll be underground. There's really not a whole lot of side missions I've noticed in the game, or at least I just personally maybe never have done them, or maybe not have done as many of them. Leveling is relatively not important in the game. I don't put that way. Like I went the whole game, I leveled up maybe once. And I just put a mark on everything. And towards the end of the game, I ended up unlocking a whole bunch of stuff, but I just never felt the need to do it. Like, it doesn't increase your health. I don't feel like it really does much for your magic, I felt, because I was able to knock out all the enemies pretty relatively easy. Granted, I was playing it on easy mode, which is, if you guys have any been around my channel for a while, you guys know that's kind of how I go. Unless if I have an option for a difficulty mode, I opt to go to easy mode. And in later streams, I'll ramp up this difficulty to normal, hard. Reason for that is so that I can get used to the controls mechanics without feeling overly stressed and overly overwhelmed. I should say just overwhelmed in general. Trying to learn the controls and being overly frustrated, and then there'll be probably a comment like, "You just pushed that button." I'm like, "Oh," versus me just learning it and then going in there again at a higher difficulty. But everyone can play it however they want. Trying to think what else I can say about the game. So we talked about characters. There is no character customization. And I will say that there is no character customization. You're going to be playing one character. You're going to be playing. That's it. You don't get to choose male or female. You don't get to choose how your character looks or anything like that. I know it's kind of been a lot in the mainstream, but just thought I'd throw that out there. There's no character customization except for equipping. You do get different gauntlets throughout the game, so it's not like it changed the color of the magic, but it's going to improve your magic. So depending on what you equip, like certain bosses will drop different gauntlets you can equip, and that will give you a stronger attack. You also can equip rings, which can increase your capabilities. You can have 2 ring slots really, and then you have one for kind of like a bracer or bracelet that can give you different attributes. Boss fights all felt really fun to me. Although there was one that kind of gets reused a lot, but it's understandable because it's called Corruption. And this enemy you have to defeat. It's either going to be one enemy, or it's going to be a massive amount of them with one big boss. It's very lively in my apartment. I just noticed the cat and my dog was around in the camera. By the way, I'm sorry I'm saying a lot right now because I don't have any of this rehearsed. I don't have anything written out. It's all just coming from my noggin. Let's see. We talked about the story. We talked about graphics. We talked about gameplay. And the game is actually fairly decent. Because I think I beat it. One of the reasons I love being on my computer doing this, because I think I beat it in just a few streams. So yeah, I would say you can beat it within like at least 12, maybe 13 hours of playing it straight. Especially, you can probably increase it a little bit if you're doing some side activities, all the puzzles, all the collectibles, and there are a fair bit of collectibles, chests, where you can get various items. There's also like a challenge mode where you can go to different portals, and they'll take you to this big arena, and you have to fight the boss there. That's actually pretty fun. I've done one, and I got my butt kicked for it. So I'm definitely thinking about probably going and maybe doing that on a separate stream, maybe just seeing how far I can get. So yeah, that's a summary of kind of everything I can think of for the game. What would I rate the game? I don't think I'm going to change my rating from when I rated on the stream. I'm going to give it a good solid 10 out of 10. In my book, it's absolutely fun. If you guys would like me to explain my my rating system, I don't rate a game based on I don't have like a diagram of like, oh, and I check once it checks something enough of them in the box, I give it 10 out of 10. It's overall enjoyment and overall playability for me. That's how my score works, and how I feel like maybe somebody might enjoy it. But everyone's different, you know. You might watch this review and look at the game like, it's not for me, you know. But I thoroughly found it fun, enjoyable. I definitely would play it again. And it's a very solid game. I mean, there's no real problems throughout the whole game. I never like, oh my gosh, it keeps on crashing. Oh my gosh, why is it lagging? Not once. It was a solid play from start to finish. So in my book, it's definitely a 10 out of 10. If I was breaking down my score, I would give it a 10 out of 10 for graphics. I would give it a 10 out of 10 for gameplay. I would give it 10 out of 10 for story. Now, I mean, if you want to chalk some points off for it being very linear, I think that's more personal taste. To me, I wouldn't knock anything off because I think it being a linear story from start to finish serves the game very well. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the review. Let me know, guys, in the comment section below what you guys thought. Have you guys played Immortals of Aveum? Did you like it? What did you think of it? I would like to know that in the comment section below. How did you guys enjoy the review? Again, I'm sorry for all the thoughts kind of being everywhere. I didn't have anything scripted or written down. It was just simply coming off my noggin, and I'm still haven't even had my coffee yet. So, yeah, that's pretty much all. That's all I got for you guys. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the review. Is there anything I can do to improve? That you guys like, hey, you know, you probably could have done this better. Hey, there's an idea for you, and how to improve your reviews. Also, if you guys can think of a game you guys like me to do, I don't know if I'm going to do a review for Liza P. I might, because I'm getting pretty close to the end of that game. And it's still fairly new. But also, guys, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys like my content, you guys are like, hey, I like this guy's content. You know, he's got some nice hair. You know, I like the beard. You know, it's something. If you guys like anything I'm doing on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to rate the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. If you give it a thumbs down, I hope you guys will give me a comment down below. Let me know why I got the thumbs down, so I have the opportunity to improve the video for next time and maybe get a thumbs up from you. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are all having a Wookiee'Tastic day, and I'll see you all on our next adventure. Till next time, see ya.